Well, the responsibilities of the 7th District Vice President, as I understand them now and as I've observed from 1982 when Jim Hill was then the District Vice President, through Paul Harvey from Local 27 and Ricky Walsh from Local 1052, the role and responsibility is really what the 7th District demands. And every district, there are 16 districts in this IFF, and they all have a different expectation of their EVPs. But the base of what the services are that are provided by the 7th District are to act as a conduit between the services of the international, the maintenance and administration of your collective bargaining agreement, which includes the very vast number of responsibilities that come with that: grievances, terminations, contract negotiations. So the maintenance administration of the contract, organizing locals is a big responsibility. There isn't a whole lot left to be organized in the state of Washington, but we do find where we have work groups that demand representation. And so the international needs to, DVP does that, coordinates that activity through the international. As well, the international Vice President provides any number of educational opportunities through the IFF and its avenues. We work very closely with the Washington State Council of Firefighters. As the president for many years, I worked with all three of the vice presidents in jointly sponsoring educational opportunities for our members. So, that's another one of the responsibilities of the DVP is education to all four. And it's also to try to explore different opportunities for the IFF to get into our membership, to work with through our state councils, through our local unions, through our districts, to try to provide services, whatever they might demand within reason. So the international vice president, I think part of what I've done already is carry on some of the legacies that my predecessor brought to this position. That's the new member conference and fire ops. So we've already conducted both of those. Hit the ground running, and February 1st, and I've already I had 4 issues on the table in Idaho right away, with organizing a new local and collective bargaining, and then a termination and a grievance over a promotional process, just in the first week. So am I running out of time here? I'm sorry.
Just the end of the question, what would you feel were the most important responsibilities?
Well, the most important is to respond to our members in a timely fashion, to get them the services that they are requesting. And so I try, the model created for us here was to try to respond to everybody within 24 hours. Not always possible. I still work at the firehouse, and so there are days where I can't respond immediately, but I think responsiveness, whatever the possibilities are, immediate response, if we can, within 24 hours, or at least within 48 hours. I think that's the most critical thing that you need to do, is to respond to people and provide to their needs.
Great. Well, I echo a lot of what Kelly said, but what I'll branch off and talk about is growing the operation. As you know, the connotation throughout the United States is unions are bad. And one of the things we need to do is incentivize and grow our operation. And I have a few ways that I want to plan on doing that. The new member conference is great, but I think we need to move it. We need to grow. We know that in Montana and Idaho, it's logistically, not so much with Idaho and Alaska, it's logistically a challenge to have it in Richland. We need to move that, we need to grow it. We need to attach it, in my opinion, to the state organization educational plan. Education is the key to our future. It's the key to our future everywhere. And so we need to also move positions. If I'm elected, we're gonna take the DFSR roles and some others, and we're gonna incentivize. We're gonna tell the person up front what their tenure is gonna be. 3 years, this role's 4 years. We're gonna talk about when you leave, we want you to be part of making that decision, who's next. Because that pushes you to figure out what's next for you. And it also helps grow the operation. And the next person, when they get in the seat, they're gonna have those educational opportunities. That's how we get more people logistically, geographically, that can help our members. So responsiveness is a big deal. Responsiveness is not just getting back to somebody, it's also following through with the need. And so with the way I respond within Local 31 is yes, you text, you email, you do whatever, we get back to you right away. But it's really about following through. So I want to build a team, and the way we do that is growing this operation, is build a team that we can get people on the ground. Logistically, one person cannot be in the 4 states at all times. We need to prioritize. We need to sit down in the 4 states. We need to be in the 4 states. We need to prioritize and make a strategic plan of what they are, and we need to reevaluate constantly. So we do need to carry out the goals and tasks of the organization. We are the conduit and resources to the International Union. We also need people that will stand up for what's right, not for what's comfortable. We need people who are going to take tough votes and represent our voice from these 4 states. We know that we have some challenges that we need to grow. Like Idaho just got presumptive. We also, I think we need to get on the ground and help people organize, like Montana. Now the other 3 states have it, but the Montana State House doesn't really care about the IFF geographically, the 4 states. But it's up to us, the members of the 4 states, to get out there and help secure it in Montana. We also have to help people to be politically active and to grow those operations within those 4 states.